will play out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to figure out how it plays out here as we dive into the land of Dawn. Rebellion Zion with their dive composition, BTR with a somewhat front to back.
It feels like perhaps they aren't looking for an engage. Perhaps they're just looking for Rebellion Zion to play aggressive like they usually do and actually take that momentum away from them. Use their ability, use their range, use their kiting potential to bring it back up in when those long-drawn fights.
They have the range advantage when it comes to the Eve, but aside from that, I mean, we talk about DPS. If Rebellion Zion can utilize the card control properly, if BIGETRON, like in game number 1, cannot get the perfect time journey to go aggressively, then Heist can do a lot of damage on the Dietrich with the current state of that Renner. So we'll just have to see. Key though, if you look at the emblem, he is trying to make sure that he does as much poke damage as possible, trying to shut down the gold lane.
And in the early game, I do believe that Rebellion Zion might be able to have an advantage, but Wijanarko is reliant on that level 4, has and needs a little bit more time to scale, but so does the Eve with the real-world manipulation, so kind of equal.
Whoa! Instant flicker there from Wijanarko, and this is exactly what we were talking about, that aggression and the killer instinct to actually go for a flicker so early in the game to pick up first blood.
Blink and you'll miss it. That is what Wijanarko does. They saw that Key was being an absolute nuisance, was doing a bit too much damage, and they said, enough. Time to shut you down, and Sorizo now will be the next victim. That's a lot of damage coming in, but Sorizo will be able to escape with his life intact.
With the high and dry and with Lunox, like I said, BIGETRON Alpha's composition, they're not really tanky, right? They can get shredded by everyone here, but in the town prediction by Axe, it seems me and Ranger and Mas were both caught in the middle
Rebellion
a Rebellion sandwich. Why did you guys go for Rebellion Zion right now? As they are going to be able to secure the turtle here. First turtle of the game.
Well, on paper, right? As we said, the roaming situation, it's going to be a Diggy against a Ruby. Just from that, I really feel like Rebellion Zion has a bit of an edge. And now, with the fact that BIGETRON Alpha cannot exactly engage, cannot really pick up a fight on their own terms, I think it's going to be very difficult because Rebellion has shown that they are very calm and collected and they will be able to pick up a kill yet again. 2-0 for Rebellion Zion.
Can I just say something real quick? Suelo with the Lunox made it to the top 5 best plays of MPL ID regular season, okay? And that's why I went with Rebellion Zion. Look how adept he is at controlling the Lunox. It's just so insane to see. And face value, this is going to be really tough. As BIGETRON Alpha, they're relying heavily on the Esmeralda to be able to soak in that damage, but with how much burst and penetration that Lunox has, it's going to be very difficult, but here we go, an endgame.
Time Journey popped in to the plays. Back line, Fearless going to be able to pick up a kill, but it's only onto the Roamer as Max is trying his best to deal damage onto Fearless, but in terms of damage output early on, it definitely is going to favor Rebellion Zion. And look where Suelo is going, pathing already up top, looking to use that kill pressure that he has on his kit.
Look at the emblems, right? I think BIGETRON Alpha's plan is to just go for the poke, and instead of going for engages, they can just keep poking as long as possible, and then later on, I don't know, get a fight when everyone's low on Rebellion. That might be a legitimate strategy, but of course, Rebellion has a chance to just start a fight on their own terms like right now.
Moreno going to be slain there again. It's Wijanarko off of an I'm offended by him. Rebellion Zion. When you give Ruby over to Wijanarko, again, you just expect these things to happen. The killer instinct and the targeting is so precise.
It feels like it's muscle memory at this point, right? For both Wijanarko and Suelo. Their synergy is definitely there. You can see them just being so synchronized in terms of that movement. And with that in mind, with the ability for them to pick off someone in that mid side, Rebellion Zion have instantly turned it over to a next objective in that turtle. And this is perfect neutral objective conversion right now that Rebellion Zion has displayed in game number 2.
That's the power of a strong mid side, right? They have a Paquito in the jungle. They have a Lunox and Ruby combo. And on paper, it doesn't seem that strong in the early game, but I'm offended into 2 knockout strikes. That will take care of you real quick.
And right now, again, right, they're chaining these objectives so well. Once they get the turtle, they try their best to convert onto another objective. And BIGETRON Alpha, so far, with a heavy emphasis on this gold lane, haven't been able to get Marky ahead as they want to. But High's now going to be ganked instantly. 4 members down below to pick up a kill onto Highs. And in the end, it is going to be Max who picks up that kill. BIGETRON are finally on the board. 5 minutes in. Is it a bit too late?
Meanwhile, though, the top side already got pushed by Rebellion Zion, so even though BIGETRON Alpha were able to get a setup onto Highs, Rebellion Zion, meanwhile, able to convert to yet another objective on the board.
Skyrim, though, goes for the 3-man taunt. Fearless looking for the play, but the go away actually stopped him in his tracks, and Narco can't even go for the I'm offended there. Max doesn't pick up the purple. It's actually Cerezo who gets it. So for BTR, not as bad as having the purple buff just stolen completely. BIGETRON will take that. And in terms of the gold lead, it was 2,000. It's dropping slowly but surely. BIGETRON playing it slow.
There's no need for BIGETRON to force anything to happen. If the game goes late enough, they do have an Esmeralda, a Yve, as well as Melissa. So the late game situation isn't nearly as bad. It's gonna depend on Highs though, but in the mid side, yet again.
The kill pressure is a bit too much for BTR, for the members of BTR. Moreno, if Cerezo can't handle it, there's no way that Moreno can take that damage from the Lunox and this high and dry Paquito. That's what it was picked for, right? And now, in the top side, Cerezo needs to be careful. Rebellion are already roaming towards him. He has a sprint right now. Diamond goes back in. Appraiser's Wrath popped as well. Max is in that bush. He might be looking for a play here onto Suelo, who has the Chaos. Goes in for Brilliance instead, just to get out here. Rebellion don't need to look for unnecessary team fights. They have the turtle secured by Fearless.
3 turtles already, but Unoffended actually connects there. And that's going to be another kill for Rebellion Zion.
Just don't give Wijanarko the Ruby. Wijanarko is absolutely insane. Goes in for stun again onto Moreno right now. It's going to be chained in with damage coming from Highs. But look at the back line right now. Max looking for the play. Highs able to flicker out. Go away, place down. Siren taken down. But look at Fearless. He's looking for another kill on the board. It's a 2-for-1 for Rebellion Zion, and it's again! Get him out of here, Wijanarko! Absolutely nasty on the Ruby.
The playmaking potential by Wijanarko is just unreal at this point, and he doesn't even need, here we go. Max going in for a kill onto Highs. He actually does get it, so a little bit of compensation happening.
Max, oh my god. Goes in for a classy recall there, just a little bit of BM from Max. But again, BTR, they can play it slow. Rebellion Zion with this comp, with the Ruby, they need to just keep on bashing on BTR. They need to look for these plays constantly to end the game.
More importantly though, they need to try and get these plays and then translate it to map control. Translate that into structures and objectives, because later on, that will be what they can rely on to trap BIGETRON Alpha if they want to play in a calm, calculated, neat manner. If BIGETRON Alpha can make sure that they have a lot more structures in the late game, then they have a lot more protection, and Rebellion Zion will be forced into a one-dimensional play. But look at that snipe though from Highs.
It looks so easy to get that snipe, right, for Highs. It looks easy for Highs. It's not easy for us, but you know what's easy? Grabbing food right now with the discount code. 90% off of your order with the grb.to/MPL link, or you can just scan the QR code.
So far, 3,500 gold lead for Rebellion Zion, as it is going to start shifting back and forth. BIGETRON Alpha, because they do have the link, they do have the option to try and manipulate those side lanes in order to properly set up for the next neutral objective in this Lord.
Rebellion Zion, they have the option of just bursting down this Lord as well. They have a Beatrix and Lunox, and those two heroes just shred the Lord absolutely fast, and they go for it right now. That is a free Lord, and BIGETRON are caught off guard.
Yeah, BIGETRON Alpha, Max in the bottom side. They don't even want to go for that contest. They're giving Rebellion the Lord over because BIGETRON knows that if they go for the contest, they're just going to fall even more behind, right? Just go for a trade on the bottom side, get a turret, and come back with a little bit more map pressure here. Rebellion have a 4,000 gold lead too, so if BTR wanted to go for that 5v5, I don't really think they're at a point where they can actually take Rebellion 5v5. Just as I say that, though, Marky did a whole lot of damage on this way low.
Marky is literally the only person on side of BIGETRON Alpha who hasn't lost in terms of that level lead, right? The Highs Marquis both level 11, but Max, as you can see, is falling far behind Fearless, as well as Suelo and Moreno. So at this point, you're right. They're really hinging their bets onto the gold laners so far for BIGETRON Alpha, and if they can't protect and if they can't utilize it, it's going to be difficult. They have to rely on the additional range that she has for the moment, as the damage dealt by Axe. She's actually number 2.
Whoa! Wijanarko, there you go. Finally, a missed moment from Wijanarko. I was starting to think that this man's a robot, but he does make mistakes too. He's human. Rebellion have confirmed it, but that is obviously not a good play from Rebellion Zion. Because of that, that's a massive resource spent. No flicker, and they're not able to pick up anything here, so Rizzo jumps in with the Falling Star Moon onto Highs. Purple buff stolen away. Not that bad! Suelo jumps in! What? The go away by Marky was placed to perfection, blocking the Chaos Order from getting too far, protecting Moreno, as Max now is looking for perhaps a pickoff. BTR, 2-0 for them.
Oof, that is a tough situation. I was about to say, I fear for Moreno because Rebellion, the way they're playing right now, they're going to go with the Lord, they're going to wait for Moreno to try and position for a defense, and they're going to jump at him. But as I was about to say that, Wijanarko goes for the aggressive play, and it did not pay out at all.
And not just Wijanarko, what was Suelo doing going in for a 1v3? Like, okay, he succeeded in the past, but at this point, they need to stop making these mistakes. BIGETRON Alpha, they're going to be able to catch up and perhaps win it with a comeback if they keep lacking this discipline.
It all leans on Wijanarko, right? If Wijanarko is able to get a clean engage, you see that Rebellion Zion, they get so much more advantage, so much more momentum in these fights. But if he gets taken out, if he gets a misplay, BIGETRON Alpha, they just completely counter-engage. So it's a very volatile situation, but Rebellion Zion still has the advantage. They still have the burst advantage, and they have usually more general control at the Lord Pit. But look at Max, knocked down to half HP with a single skill coming in from Fearless.
That was so much damage, Mirko.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what the high and dry full damage item does to you if you're on the Vegito. But yeah, that was so much damage. I was definitely not ready for that. Max also doesn't have any defensive items as of right now. And guess what? Ling got nerfed a few patches ago. Base HP taken was nerfed. Base HP from this Ling was nerfed. Wijanarko, though, whoa! He chose a very, very interesting spot to recall there. And he's gonna get caught out. Rebellion are making very uncharacteristic mistakes right now, and BTR are able to capitalize on every single moment, and that's another base! Over Fearless gonna be taken low. Max looking for play. Finch boys out to the blaze, going on under the turret. Fearless taken low. Max absolutely clean with the blade takes. BIGETRON Alpha able to collapse right now onto that mid lane tier 1. And again, Wijanarko, he's the main playmaker, but if he makes those mistakes, he's also the main reason as to how BIGETRON Alpha can come back in this game.
Yeah, it seems like every time Wijanarko gets knocked out, Rebellion Zion, they're not sure how to engage, and that's when they start making mistakes. BIGETRON Alpha, now they're able to start capitalizing over the advantage in terms of that range, as they are going to start setting up for the Lord. It is a 2,000 gold lead now, though, for Rebellion Zion, shrunk from 4,000. And in the 13th minute, any distinctions in terms of items, Arashi?
He has itemized a Sky Guardian helmet. I think that's a bit unusual. We haven't seen it as much. But considering how this game is going on, how important it is for BIGETRON Alpha to stay on the map and gain control, I think it's a good idea. For Rebellion Zion, though, right now, Highs is getting dangerously close to a full inventory slot, rivaling Max as well, so we'll have to see how that plays out. With the Divine Blaze, Suelo can do a lot of damage, and that's, again, a free Lord. Wijanarko is stuck in the front with Dyron.
An amazing sneak there by Rebellion Zion. Wijanarko now caught in the midst. Brilliance popped in. Max looking for that engage. Goes in on there and goes over the top of the flame, dodging everything, getting the knockout onto the members. Max! Absolutely insane! What a collapse by BTR! The Lord traded in for 3 kills. BTR might actually be able to look for the end right here. Marquis zoning other members away right now with the dolls. Fearless gonna be poked down. Reverse time brought in, and that's gonna be the collapse once again onto the back line. Fearless buying some time, but in the end will fall to the hands of Key. Highs dealer damage with the Beerus Passion, but Max stays focused on the base with Marquis. What a win by BIGETRON Alpha. Match points 2-0.
2-0 by the Red Robots in such a dominant fashion. it seemed like things were different in game number 2. Rebellion Zion, they were leading, but unfortunately, they made a couple mistakes, and BIGETRON Alpha, they were able to capitalize on these. This is literally the last tournament life that Rebellion Zion has before they are going to get eliminated along with Alter Ego today. And I gotta say, that game for Max was incredible. He really has evolved as a player, as a jungler.